Welcome to the Daily Underline, where we give you tips to embrace all of you, no matter what. Hi, I'm Tamil Lanning.
Hi, I'm Tanisha Manning, and if you're struggling with doing everything for everyone and no one taking care of you, these recordings will walk you through exactly what you need to do. Say no and stick with it without guilt.
Enjoy the recording. So today's topic is hurting is sometimes helpful. So today's topic, I know sometimes when we get our feelings hurt, we feel like, oh, it's the end of the world. But sometimes today I actually have a touching story. I was gonna get a little bit more vulnerable on my side. But sometimes you can see the benefit, and like when you get your feelings hurt, it sometimes strengthens you and it helps you. So in the point of the daily underline, we see the benefit in the good and the bad. So I'm gonna give y'all some of my good and my bad. So in previous conversations, we talked about what are the signs of like depression, that you're overwhelmed and those things. So this weekend, and my best friend came to town. So I wasn't able to hide the things I'm able to hide. That is like on my deeper surface and on the top surface versus my underline. So to get quickly storytelling, my room was a complete replica of what I was going through. Like I didn't have time to clean. I didn't have everything together. I'm procrastinating. I'm doing multiple different things. I'm like taking care of myself. And my friend comes, she's just like, she knows me very well. She's looking at everything, I think this is awesome too, to have good friends that will give you the best.
To hurt you,
Yeah.
hurt your feelings temporarily.
So they can help you long term.
Right.
And so she basically waited the whole weekend. She said, we just got to have a talk at the end. She waited till it was the right time for where I was able to receive. She even did some emotional intelligence by not doing it in front of everybody, by not letting her frustrations get hurt, to the point where she was reacting. She paused, she would process, and she proceeded with care, even though it was hurtful for both of us, and we both was crying tears. And she was like, this is not together. This is not together. This is not together. And I'm like, oh, I'm overwhelmed. And she said, I know. And this. And I was like, I was bawling, but she was bawling, and I was able to receive what she was saying because she cared. The way she communicated. So she did a whole lot of things. Emotional intelligence. She communicated. She hurted me, but it helped me. So this is just something on the lines of sometimes when your friends give you some critiques or tell you something. Criticism, sometimes it is helpful and to allow your emotions to be processed. Because at first, she's not a hugger. I am. And she tried to hug me at the end to get to love me in my love language. And I was like, I don't want to hug right now. I feel it just hurt. But she was like, okay, I'm allowing you to process. But just having friends that understand your boundaries and also love and know you, but also want to strengthen you and encourage you to do better. So sometimes they help.
Is helpful. And I do think that, hurting sometimes, even good or bad, it is going to push you to growth.
Yes.
And so I think when we're doing the daily underline, we're just trying to give you some underlining tips to look at it from a different perspective, that it will work for you. Doesn't matter if it was intentional, like, you have a friend, you have a blessing, and it is a blessing. So those of us that are friends to people, be encouraged to tell people the truth.
Yes, because
Not necessarily. I know it potentially will hurt. One of my good leaders, and Conway Edwards, told me that leading, you're going to hurt some people.
Yeah.
And so I had to embrace that sometimes it's uncomfortable when you are hurting someone and they bite back. I call it bite. They bite you. But in the long run, if you have the right motives to help them to be better and grow, it will be great. But then even the bad things, even when people are not good and they don't have the great intentions, it's like, I can say a little bit about me today. Is that I had some expectations with my job and different things and reimbursement. And no matter how I fight, I'm like, you know what? I think what I was depending on rather than depending on what God's going to do. Sometimes we try to take control, and he taught me that today. So even though people can be real special and they're being bad, it's wait for it. It's going to turn around for your good.
I hope you enjoyed that recording. Repression of emotions causes stress, which has been a proven factor in breast cancer, and we don't want that to be you. I myself have battled it twice. The latest stage was stage 4, and now I am living and thriving. Don't miss out on the next class. Sign up and register in the link below in the comments.
Please subscribe so we can continue to get the message out to those that are in need. Remember, the Daily Underline is your lifeline.